Hello and welcome to a productive weekend in my life. I 100% need to leave a disclaimer this time. I do not do this much work all the time. I just decided to have a productive weekend and record it. So the first thing I did was do out my to-do list for the weekend. It says my day, but this is for the weekend. Then made coffee. This is no way satisfying and you can skip it if you want. Because I'm indecisive, I decided to get out the spin wheel and place all my subjects in it so that it could choose for me what I should do first. And Irish came up first, and I was secretly wishing it was Irish because I wanted to get it out of the way. I'm just doing flashcards on the oral questions that we were practicing in class. All we've been doing for the past week is oral stuff, which is crazy, but our orals are coming up really soon. So I think it's really good that my teacher's dedicating a lot of time to the oral. Okay, so then I decided to take a break and try to design the intro for this video. And the next thing that came up on my wheel was German, and I have a German letter to do for homework. I'm only going to do some of it now, and I'll probably do some more tonight and then the rest tomorrow because I can't do German. I've been procrastinating this German essay for the longest time. Let's be real here, I did not start it exactly when I finished highlighting all the questions. I have been procrastinating and I'm just not doing it. Now I'm going on a walk so that I can close my rings on my watch. Actually exposing myself here, but anyway, I took a long break and I decided to watch the Wings Club on YouTube. So after my well-deserved break, I went on to go practice another short picture for my oral, coming up soon, as I've mentioned a few times already. I think I was doing the Aber Yin Terhi Mahasan Artist Mirakta one. I love this one, it's my favorite. And the next day I had a later start to my day, so I started editing the video. I cannot be the only one whose desk gets so messy when they are just doing work. I know it's a normal thing, but my desk just gets overly messy. So this is a pile of mess from a few days, to be honest. Okay, so I'm now just switching my iPad into a different case because it's easier to work with it with this case on. But I have a Sylvia Plath test on Monday, and what I'm doing to prepare for it, I know this might be different to what other people would do, but my teacher did recommend us to use the marking scheme when you're trying to answer questions. That way, by the time you're leaving cert, you're more you familiarize yourself with the marking scheme, and you kind of have a fair idea of what the marking scheme is looking for when you're answering your question on the day, as you have a limited time and you don't have time to just sit down and actually think. Okay, so I'm going to come back to English later on tonight to revise over her poems, as well as linking them to the questions that I have found online. Now I'm revising biology. I'm going over, I think on study clicks it's called the musculoskeletal or something, but here it's just called the skeleton and muscles. I always found this chapter harder than the other ones, so I was like, okay, let's get it out of the way and try to revise it right now. I then went on to study clicks and I did a quiz on it, and yeah, the study clicks quizzes are really helpful actually. I also did exam questions, but I think that's way too boring to record. I'm now taking a mini break. I'm watching one of Moya's new videos. I recently found her and I'm totally obsessed with her YouTube channel. You should definitely check her out. And while I am practicing writing an introduction for just a random Sylvia Plath poetry question. I then went on a stroll up and down the road near my house. It was only for like 10 minutes. I then went to the shop and I got myself a Lucozade. So I sat down and watched a show while eating noodles. I love eating noodles with like vegetables. Okay, so I then moved on to maths, but I cannot record myself doing maths because it would just be too long, even if it was just a time lapse. So much rubbing out and banging of hands on the page. It would just be too. Don't think I'm allowed to record myself actually writing out my project, but I'm just writing my project out. You already know what time it is. It is time for me to practice a Strapic chore. I've been trying my best to stay consistent with these every night. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end my video here. I thought I stayed really productive this week and I was very happy.